What's up? What's up? So it's your guys. Get your angle sports. We're looking at free agency. What is this? Like day 3, day 4? I don't know, but it's been going crazy. And it feel like I'm playing a Madden game. I feel like it's like someone up there and Roger Goodell's like playing Madden and he's messing with us because these moves have been insane. What do you guys think? Is it a extraordinary offseason or pretty normal?
Now it's a little bit above average. I think a couple years ago we had that when we had a lot of movement going on. I don't remember who it was, but when they traded Russell Wilson got
Russell
traded
Wilson?
that year. Yeah, that year was a lot of moves, big moves, quarterbacks and stuff.
And then like Deshaun Watson got traded like the next day or like 2 days later.
Yeah, and players were getting paid fat contracts.
How many picks did they get for Deshaun Watson?
I think it was at least 2 first rounders
Ooh,
and maybe more.
dang. I'd like to see if what that turned into, like do some kind of video on like what that turned into because that's a huge. But we'll have to go like 2-3 years down the road to see if that actually becomes.
So I got it right here. The Browns sent the Texans their 2022, 2023, and 2024 first-round draft picks.
Whoa, we're still living in Deshaun Watson time, huh?
And a 2022 fourth-round pick, and a third round in 2023, and a fourth round in 2024.
So 6 picks.
3
Jesus.
first, a second, a third, and a fourth. Second, third, and fourth are good picks, and they're cheap. That's crazy.
And they gave him what, like 230 million guaranteed?
254 guaranteed, 100%.
Oh my God.
Wow. Yeah. That just shows you how you could be a GM in the NFL. And you couldn't make worse things.
And Madden, it was my favorite part playing. I couldn't wait to get to the offseason. I'm such a dork. But yeah, for sure I couldn't have done worse than these fucking guys.
How many happy endings do you get for 250 million?
Oh man,
Actually,
I don't even know. You're calculating it?
230.
Oh, that's impressive. Yeah. But what do you think about? So wait. What did Russell Wilson? What did they get for Russell Wilson? The Broncos have to give up. Not as
They
much
gave
for
up-
Deshaun Watson, right?
I remember it was 2 first-round picks. It was Drew Lock. It was a tight end. And I think it was another player.
Oh,
And maybe
man.
like a second or a third, something like that.
Yeah, so they got a fourth-round pick in exchange for quarterback Drew Lock, tight end Noah Fant, defensive tackle Shelby Harris. Denver sent 2 first-round draft picks, 2 second-round draft picks, and 1 fifth-round draft pick.
Shelby Harris.
So 2 first, 2 seconds, and a fourth.
Well, I
What
know
happened?
Players.
Go ahead.
Well, I know the corner that they drafted this past year, the Witherspoon guy. That was from the Denver trade, and he's pretty good.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
they said that for the Texans, right? So far, they got Kenyon Green, a guard, and then they also got Will Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, he's the star.
Of course.
He was
Yeah.
star defensive end from back.
Is that me or are you cutting out? I'm not really sure. Could you hear him, Professor?
No, I could not hear him. He kind of cut out.
Yeah, you were cutting out a little bit right when you got into the Will Anderson. But I know what you're saying. You're Will Anderson.
They got Tank Dell too. He was their other star.
Hold on, you're cutting out. You're cutting out. You say Tank Dell and then it cut out. But yeah, just to get Tank Dell and Will Anderson. But CJ Stroud was a normal pick. That didn't really come from that trade, did it?
Well, they traded up to get CJ Anderson. But speaking of the Texans, they did a trade today with the Vikings. Did you see that?
I did not. Who did they get?
So the Vikings got the Texans' first-round pick, which is the 23rd, and
Okay.
and then a 7th-round pick, and the Texans got for the Vikings' 2nd-round pick this year, a 6th-round pick this year, and a 2nd-round pick next year.
So they just traded for trades?
So they trade basically the first for 2 seconds.
Essentially,
Wow.
yeah. So now Vikings have two first round picks, so they might use that to trade up to get a quarterback.
Well, what's their pick?
Ah.
Because they got what, a 23rd pick? That's not a high value, but
But they have a what do they? I don't know what the original pick is. It's probably what
17, 18, 20 right around there.
Yeah. It's down low, but it was a first round pick, right? Something for
Yeah.
something. And you know the Vikings need as many picks as they can take. But
That's also
yeah,
good for the Texans. I mean, you're trading a late 20 first round for 2 seconds. You're gonna get cheaper, and you could still get like starting fucking linemen and
absolutely.
cornerbacks. You know, and
so
you get
the
running backs
so
in there
so the Vikings have the 11th pick. So they have 11 and 20, 23. What did I say? 20? Yeah, 11 and 23.
and no seconds. Yeah.
Wow. That's
So they
really
could
good.
get. So they could go up to the top 5 or top 4, whatever.
They don't need to.
Yeah, they don't need to. Well, they might want to because they might want a quarterback.
But you're kind of taking like a risk at any of these quarterbacks at the top. They're not like legendary. It's not a lock, I don't think.
I think
Like when it,
Williams is a lock. I don't think he'll be. I don't love his personality, but I think his talent's there. You know, barring an injury, he's good.
well, let me ask you what is the last lock quarterback that's gone like number one? Is it like Peyton Manning or something?
No,
Probably Luck.
Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
Well,
Luck.
Andrew Luck didn't even like make his team into anything. I mean, is he a Hall of Famer? Probably not because he
He didn't play long
came
enough,
out.
but yeah,
He
he would
didn't
have
play
been.
long enough.
Yeah.
He was injured and stuff like this. So that's I mean, that's not
No,
really. Oh,
Luck was good. I think they got to
Luck was
like the
phenomenal.
championship game,
Yeah,
or he made it to the playoffs their first year.
nobody was ever scared of that team. I didn't think anything of them. I
no,
It
thought he
wasn't.
always had.
they never put enough around him.
Yeah, it wasn't because of Luck. It was the front office's fault.
Well, would you say they put a lot around Tom Brady? No, not really. He would just was able to take what he got and deal
But you're
with it.
talking name another quarterback as good as Tom Brady. It's not many, dude.
Exactly. That's kind of my point because Tom Brady's like
But you think
a
they
lower
trained.
round pick.
Aaron
No,
Rodgers isn't Tom Brady, but he's fucking great.
and Aaron Rodgers is kind of a lower pick. You know what I mean? It was like where was
He
he?
was
Where
supposed
was
to
he
be
picked?
he's supposed to be number one. They took Alex Smith, and then he fell to like the 23rd pick.
It's that's kind of my
dude.
theory. It's just because it's like top 5 quarterback. It's not even close to guaranteed. Especially a year where it's so deep in quarterback, you could probably get the 5th quarterback and he'll be a legit quarterback.
Right.
I don't know. That's
Maybe
just my thing.
it's all
Yeah.
a crapshoot here. It's all a gamble.
Look at Mitch Trubisky taking second.
Mitch Trubisky was one.
No, he was second.
First. Okay.
No,
Yeah, he was
well,
two.
he was the first quarterback. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But regardless, I think at 13, you could get a heck of a quarterback. Someone's going to drop.
Yeah.
And Vikings, they need someone who can sling it around. I don't think. But anyways, regardless, let's see. Let's get into the trades that we left off with yesterday, right after we got off the stream. Keenan Allen traded to the Bears. What do you guys think about that?
Real quick, the last quarterback to go number one was Joe Burrow.
Okay, yeah, he's legit. Yeah, he's legit.
That was 2020, and then the year before that was Kyler Murray.
And Baker Mayfield.
The year before that, yeah.
It's come on. I mean,
2 years before that, Jared Goff.
It don't mean anything. It don't mean anything. I think.
And Mr. 30 for 30.
Oh,
that's disgusting.
Yeah, 2015.
So I mean, it's more times miss than hit.
And then before that, Andrew Luck, 2012. Yeah.
And I think so is it hit or a miss with Andrew Luck? Would you say in the grand scheme of things?
Hit.
It was a hit.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
even now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, you think they'll retire him in Indianapolis or anything?
It's actually not bad. The track record before him was Cam Newton the year before. He was a hit. So let's go down the list real quick.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Let's go. Let me go back a couple years. Jamarcus Russell, 2007, miss.
Bust.
Right. Okay. Someone keep track. Matt Stafford, hit.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
that's
wait,
a
wait.
hit.
Stafford's a hit.
Stafford.
Yeah,
Hey, even at Detroit, he was a great quarterback. His team sucked.
He's a decent quarterback. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay, whatever. All right, let's say hit.
Sam Bradford.
miss.
He made
Miss.
hella
Okay.
money though. That's crazy. Okay. Cam Newton,
Hit.
Hit.
Andrew Luck.
Hit.
Whatever.
Okay. Jameis Winston.
Miss.
Miss.
Yeah, that's a miss, despite us loving him.
He's still got opportunity, but I think it's a miss. Go ahead.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
Hit.
You got to wait. You got to put Goff or
I say miss,
Stafford
Jared
in.
Goff. That was a weak draft too.
Yeah.
I say Stafford's way
Can't-
better than Goff.
Goff. Yeah,
Yes.
Goff's out because he didn't win a championship. So
He's still better than the other quarterbacks. The
Yeah, but
other
he's like
misses.
But he's a #1 pick overall.
yeah, exactly. That's the point.
And he's a game manager, basically. He's a little bit better
Yeah.
than a game manager now. But
I guess it
he's not-
depends on who else was in that draft as quarterback.
I don't
If you're
think
gonna
pick
say-
#1, you're picking a franchise player. He was never the franchise player in the team. I mean, even on the Rams team, he was never the best player. Was the defensive end.
Yeah, who just retired, by the way. Yeah, heck of an interesting story. But we knew he was going to retire anyways. But regardless, I think if you're going to put Goff in this hit side, then you got to put Alex Smith in the hit side because he took them to championship games and
Yeah,
darn near the Super.
And he was really good at Kansas City too.
Exactly, but you're
That's
not
why they
going to
got
put him in
Mahomes.
there. He was really good in the Redskins too.
Goff
So
he's
I
not
mean,
a terrible quarterback, but he's not what you would
No.
do #1 overall.
by all
Shit,
means, he's not a bad
wouldn't even-
quarterback,
he
but
wouldn't even probably go first round now.
absolutely not. He should be like 13th. You get him at 13th. He shouldn't be the #1 pick.
Baker
But I
Mayfield.
guess
He's
like you're
average.
saying,
Average quarterback, but no, not a superstar.
Baker,
okay, so Baker miss.
Miss.
Kyler.
Why you say Baker's a miss right away, but Goff you're still on the fence? I don't get it, but okay,
Well,
whatever.
Baker's not even with the Browns
Baker's on
anymore.
he's on like his 6th team in like 2 years. And I like Baker, but he's on like his 6th team.
He just led his team to the playoffs and took them to the second round. So I think that's pretty impressive. And he would have won that second round if his receivers didn't drop the
Goff led 2 teams to the NFC Conference Championship.
and Goff
Yeah.
beat
In
Baker.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All right, so Kyler.
What-
Uh,
Is there a
I
question?
like Tyler's. Yeah,
I
I'd say
think it's-
hit,
I
but
think I don't
What
know.
the freak are you
I
talking
think
about?
it's too early now. It's incomplete, but his talent. I mean, we've seen when he's on, he's on. So I think
You
that
gotta
he's
say
not
miss.
completed yet.
You got to say miss right now.
Huh?
You have to say miss.
I guess to be determined.
Wow. Okay.
I
Then
thought-
everyone
you
after this
asked-
is to be determined.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, he still has
Joe
the
Burrow was the
talent.
last one. That's a hit.
Well, that's a
Joe
hit.
Burrow.
Yeah, that's no brainer.
If Joe Burrow ends up
Yeah.
getting injured the rest of his career, he's a miss.
No, he got them to a Super
Well,
Bowl.
right now, he's one of the top 3 fucking quarterbacks in the NFL. Easy.
Okay, so 5. Okay.
And he
So,
already got the Super Bowl. So,
Was Burrow the last one?
yes.
Oh, okay. So it's 6 and 5. So it's one more miss than a hit. So
Yep.
I guess it's about 500. You know,
That's.
I don't think that's good odds.
I go back 2 more. I go back 2 more picks. It's Alex Smith and Eli Manning again. So you could split those, right? 1-1. So
Yeah,
50-50
yeah.
basically.
Absolutely. And yeah, Alex Smith is like a second round pick when you look at his skill as opposed to what he was supposed to be. And Eli
The further
Manning.
You go back,
Okay.
the further you go back, there's way more misses, dude.
Oof. Name them.
It's
I want to
Carson
hear some of
Palmer.
them.
It's
Ooh.
Carson Palmer, David Carr,
Oh.
Tim Couch,
Oh, Lordy Lord.
all misses. Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Okay, we got 1.
Yeah.
Bledsoe.
What about Michael Vick?
Well, hold
He was in
on.
the Eli draft. He was number 2.
Oh, was he
Ooh.
number 2?
So
Yeah,
would you say
in
Mike,
the trade.
Mike Vick was a hit or a miss?
I think it's a hit. He
Oof.
changed football. He sold. He was
Changed their
clearly was a
franchise.
player. Yeah, for sure. He sold hella jerseys. He was never a detriment. He was a strength. I mean, and yeah, teams game planned around him. The team was built around him.
It was a
Yeah,
great
so
time
it's
for
football,
Madden
yeah.
football, that's for sure. But what I'm saying is did he really change the franchise? They were already the Dirty Birds. They had been to a Super Bowl. I mean, it was pretty cool, but you know, I don't know if he changed the franchise. Going into Green Bay
I
when
think
he
it,
beat that Green Bay team, oh my gosh, that was amazing. But yeah, in the playoffs, I don't know if he
yeah.
changed the franchise. Anyways, so let's go. Let's go. So what? So Keenan Allen being traded to the Bears. What do you guys think about that? Initial
Uh,
reaction.
well, I don't think much. Well, the Bears also got Rondale Moore, right? So they're stacking wide receivers.
No, no.
They have,
The Falcons.
they have
Oh, the Falcons got more. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
Yeah.
The Bears fucking suck. They're terrible right now. So I mean, that could not mean much. What did they trade for him? That's the question.
a fourth round pick.
yeah.
I mean, I guess he's a star. He's going to be the number 1 receiver for a 4th round pick. So as long as he's healthy.
And DJ Moore already has that number 1 ability. So put him as the second. I think he'll be fantastic. And he was catching balls from Fields. So you got Caleb.
If Fields is a quarterback, yeah, it's not going to be good.
He's not. It's already done. So this is what it's going to look like. It's going to look like you got what's that guy? Met, the tight end.
Who's their
Kimmett Met.
quarterback?
Justin Fields.
No, it's going to be Caleb. They're going to get Caleb 1.
Yeah, but who's the backup?
So my question was,
They signed Peterman.
You want to give him a couple games, just settle his feet, see the game plan, see how the week goes. It's not college no more.
I think Caleb. Yeah, he's playing right away. If Bryce was playing right away, Caleb's playing right away. But Bryce didn't play right away, did he? Oh yeah, he did. He started week 1, huh? Yeah, Caleb's playing. Maybe, yeah.
Just let him sit down.
But the Bears are better than the Panthers.
They're about the same.
They're better than the Panthers.
No, they're way better than the Panthers.
Yeah, the Bears are pretty much a playoff team right there. They did get blasted by the Dolphins.
They're around a 500 team.
Absolutely.
Bears beat the Raiders last year.
Yeah, so what?
A lot of teams beat the Raiders. The Raiders suck.
If I recall, the Bears beat the 49ers in a rainy, wet game, and they destroyed them.
The Raiders.
Swiss Flasher was whipping the bash.
That was 2 years ago.
The best fucking
I don't care.
football game ever.
Splish Splash.
The Raiders had the best Thursday night football game ever.
Ooh, they scored like 60 points. I think we were talking about that yesterday.
It's 42 points at half. Fucking insane.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. But they'll have.
Are they gonna fire the coach at halftime?
Oof. Yeah, they should have. They should
They
have.
did not.
Yeah, they should have just came
That's
back
one
with
where it should've
nobody.
been like, just go home. Just go home.
What's the difference, right? But they had. So this Bears team is going to look like you got Caleb under center, you got DeAndre Swift, then you got Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and then you got Cole Met at the tight end. That is a pretty legit offense. It's not really made for the cold weather, but they're going to air it out the first 8 weeks, 9 weeks.
And they have the number 9 pick.
Yeah, they have the number 9 pick, which I would try to trade down and get more picks.
I'd put some money on the Bears to win this division.
I don't know about
Washington
that.
Sucks. Well, Washington sucks. Minnesota's gonna suck.
No.
Who do they got? Who else is in there?
They got the Lions and the Lions and the Packers, bro. You're getting the NFC East confused.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lions are good. Packers are good. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
I
guess I didn't think
about that. I'd put money on their win total. Their win total would be a good.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
That's only gonna get
their win
draft goes.
Exactly. Depending on who they pick in that first. I mean, I doubt they go offense. They might go offensive line, because they had a ton of injuries starting the year last year on offensive line. So maybe they go offensive line, but the defense was not too bad.
5 in a row, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, the offensive line was just it was annihilated at the beginning of the season. They were missing like their offensive guard.
Okay. How about this?
What?
How about this? If I'm Chicago, right? Because I think Williams is a generational quarterback, right? Even though I don't like that, I doubt he's gonna be a bust. I think he'll be really good. He's like a little like Patrick Mahomes, Watson when Watson was good. Like he's really good in the pocket, but but he's a thrower first. Okay, so you have the number 1 pick. You're taking Williams with that 9 pick. Why not trade it for T Higgins?
Ooh,
Too much.
You
yeah,
get a
that's
big
too much
number.
on the wide receiver core.
Yeah. So you trade Higgins, but you trade it for their second and a third, or fuck it, a second next year. Because number 9 is really high. You could take the first this year, a second, and a third. I don't know if they would do that, but if you do, because Cincinnati's picks like 18, right? So that's not a high value. So you could probably get a second or a third out of that, even for this. You fuck it for next year. You have enough for this year already.
You're not going to get a first round for T Higgins. I don't think so.
No, but you're getting no. I know, but he's a lot of people consider him a number 1. He's young. He's a big physical receiver. He's proven, right? You don't know the receivers coming out. Besides,
he is proven.
Seems like a lock, but I mean, he could not be nothing, right? I mean, I doubt it. But most other receivers would say you don't know what they're going to be.
I think you go like.
1. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I know the value for picks are too much, but that would be best in like that. If they could get a couple first and like a third back for it, I don't know, or get that number 1 pick, the 18th pick too. That'd be good.
Well, if you're competing with these two teams, the Packers and the Lions, you got to go a little bit crazy, man. You got to do something drastic. So I think they need to build up that defense because once the snow starts going and it starts getting ugly weather, I don't think Caleb's going to be airing it out. And I don't think DeAndre Swift is going to go hard. So you need a good back that's going to, just run
Higgins. I think Higgins is a good fit there because he's not a burner. He's like a big possession receiver too. For in that cold, he's got a big guy.
That's true. Keenan Allen's huge. How big is he? He's like 6'5", isn't he?
No, Keenan Allen's small. He's like 6'1",
what?
190. He's like a great route runner. He's not a big guy.
I thought he was
maybe.
I thought he was
like
big.
6'4", 6'5", 220. He's huge.
Gosh dang. Yeah, I guess the professor doesn't really care about either of these teams, huh? What do you think, Professor?
About the Bears? I think they should just either trade back or get like an offensive lineman.
What do you guys think about Patrick Mahomes getting Marquise Brown? You think that's legit? That's like a good fit? What is he, like a second?
Well, it can't
maybe
hurt. He had no fucking wide receivers, so it can't hurt.
Yeah,
and he's super fast. It's a speedster for them.
I think if anyone that helps Kelsey because it's going to stretch the safety out.
Yeah, Kelsey struck bad. Now he's still top, but I mean he just like his fits and everything. He's just getting a little more. Maybe he's stretching himself too thin, to be fair. But
well, he's at the end of his prime or career,
and he's still playing outstanding. That's pretty darn impressive. So if they get him a little bit of help, they could probably last him for about 2-3 years at the top of his career. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
So
what do you think? What do you think about what do you think the Chargers going to do now that they got rid of their top 2 receivers? Do you think they trade back for more picks or they draft the receiver that high?
What do you think, Mr. Ace? Oh, what? Oh, I don't know what they're gonna do because
sorry about that. I missed it.
No, go ahead. What do you think? He asked, "What do you think the Chargers are gonna do now that they traded their best 2 receivers?"
What pick do they have?
They have 5.
5.
Oof.
Oh man, that's really high. I'd take Marvin Harrison if he's available.
You think they trade back or?
Okay, I'm just saying that's who. They need to protect Herbert, man.
That's true.
That's their number 1 goal. That guy keeps getting hurt, and he's a star quarterback. So, and they just paid him, right? So yeah.
Do you think that this might be a season that they're just kind of pass on and kind of rebuild the whole year? Because I don't know what they're doing, to be honest.
I don't think
that's the Harbaugh style, bro.
Yeah, I don't think with Harbaugh you rebuild. I think you might try to make the playoffs. Get to win the division. Depending, I think that's what they're going to try to do.
This team is ugly.
Yeah. But they got a quarterback. That's the most important part. So.
And they restructured the 2 defensive ends, So I mean, what are they doing?
Well, like last year and the year before, they lost so many games with the final possession. So
that's true.
With scoring, so it's not. the coach. I mean, if you hear the coach, he sounds like a total fucking dipshit. So yeah, they weren't following him. They weren't listening to him. So you get Harbaugh, and you are automatically increase that roster to their potential, dude. So I mean, most of those guys, they respect you. They're gonna listen. You know.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And they're not gonna throw like they had hella turnovers. So they're gonna be more conservative. They're gonna run the ball and play defense. And they're going to try to get that conference. And I'd be surprised if Harbaugh didn't make the playoffs. But it is his first year. But they're not tanking.
They could definitely get wins over the Raiders and the Broncos. Yeah,
the Broncos.
But the Raiders are building up their team pretty well and pretty smart. But the coaching, you got to assume that's might take a year. That rah coach is just not. It just doesn't last in the long term.
Yeah,
the Raiders have such a disadvantage coaching wise in that whole division.
The Raiders what?
They have such a disadvantage coach wise in that division. They got Andy Reid, who's got like 4 Super Bowls.
Okay, look at the quarterbacks. So if you have the worst coach and the worst quarterback, yeah, you're gonna have an uphill battle. Because who's in that conference? It's the Chargers, the Chiefs, right? Who else?
And the Broncos.
Yeah, the Broncos have a better coach, right? So
yeah.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah, so I mean, the Raiders are tough setting, man.
So he could game plan. I mean, the Denver coach, he could game plan around whatever they're doing and outsmart the team just because of their the new coaching. But what I'm thinking is maybe how have you ever seen a coach that kind of comes with that rah attitude that only works like at the last 3 games of the season? You're like, wow, they're going to go into the next season really great. Have you ever seen that really last into the next season?
No,
Mike Singletary.
Come on, dude. That guy didn't last.
It didn't work.
Come on.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, it didn't work. That's what we're saying. Have you ever seen it work?
Well, it happens every year.
No.
They fire a fucking dumb coach, then they get an interim, and the players are like, we want this guy. Yeah, and then he fucking sucks, and they fire him a year or 2 later.
Exactly. So I'm just
that only. Yeah, I think that only works in college. NFL, that doesn't work.
No, if they don't respect you and you're not winning, it doesn't matter what you're saying.
So
Bill Belichick and Pete Carroll. And Pete Carroll's a hell of a coach, and he's a rah guy.
Absolutely, yeah. I think I'm hoping that it turns out good because he seems like a great coach, a great guy to have around. But I just don't see it. The track record just says no.
Odds are against him, and I'll be surprised. I like him, and he looks good. And
I'm rooting for him. Rah.
Okay,
but
what do you think better? Who do you think has a better career right now, Antonio Pierce or Gerard Mayo? They're both middle linebackers.
Well, it seems like Gerard Mayo kind of has that Belichick mentality.
Yeah, he was the chosen one. That's crazy, and everyone,
But I kind of hating Gerard Mayo.
Okay, but what? Okay, yeah, we all think that. We all know that. But what? And you guys are gonna agree. Who has came out of the fucking Patriots organization? And you could say it's a good coach. Yeah, they get opportunities, but they fucking suck and get fired and they're reboots.
That's true.
Every one of them. Mike McDaniel, fucking the guy who went to Notre Dame, the fucking that guy
Tennessee
who went to
guy.
Detroit. The guy who went to Detroit, right? I thought he was going to be good, and he wasn't good then either. So just because New England counted into this as the guy, New England hasn't picked anyone good for coaching.
Yeah, I think Belichick has like one of the worst coaching trees, huh?
I think the key was Belichick. That was it. He was like a damn fucking
ninja. He's got mind jiu-jitsu or something.
I don't think it was anyone else. And clearly, I mean, you look at the so far he has the biggest tree, but it sucks compared to like Sean McVay and those guys. The guy from look at the
Sean Payton,
right? His coach.
Yeah,
his tree's so far way better.
Oh yeah, John Gruden's under him. All these people.
Yeah.
Andy Reid, all of them.
Daniel. Yeah. So us saying, now that I think about it, saying that, the Chiefs picked him. Okay, the Patriots picked him. That doesn't mean shit. So
yeah,
I like Antonio Pierce. He's shown that the team got behind him. I haven't seen anything from Mayo yet. So I'll take Pierce.
Yeah. I'm rooting for Pierce too. I just think that he's been under Bill Belichick. He came in at a more like the way that you want to come in as a coach, and not this like drastic switch and change of the guard. But Gerard Mayo already getting into it with Kraft on the the podium, it just doesn't taste right. You know, it just seems like it's going to be a big mess. But you would think he'd be more prepared for this. It doesn't make any sense. So whatever. I'm going with Pierce too because I didn't like Gerard Mariel on the podium. Didn't feel right. So Kenny Pickett traded to the Eagles. Now I know you guys are going to say, "Oh, Kenny Pickett's stupid," but can I just have an idea of what you think? I mean, wasn't he a first pick? He was the best quarterback in that draft.
He was a first round. I don't know if he was the best quarterback.
He wasn't the best quarterback, but he was.
He was.
No, he wasn't the best.
Who was a better pick in that draft? In that draft, it was very quarterback weak.
I don't have my computer.
No, we already pulled it up.
We went down. Mr. Irrelevant was the best quarterback in that draft.
Technically, I suppose so. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but that's what it seems like right now. But Kenny Pickett, he could still have a heck of a career.
Yeah,
but
I don't
he was as a backup.
No, I think he'll get a shot. I mean, I think he just had it against him. He went to a cold weather place.
Oh, here we go again.
He's from Pittsburgh and he's small hands, man. It's really against all the quarterbacks have small hands.
Holy smokes, here we go again. He's not going to keep going and being drafted by people if he has small hands and he can't play football. He could obviously play football. Now, behind Jalen Hurts, he's probably going to get some playing time. We're probably going to see a Tua switch out in the championship game, and Jalen Hurts is going to be like, why do they keep doing this to me? But they shouldn't have put Pickett behind him because I think that's going to put some fire under Hurts. But he keeps getting...
Hurts has no fucking... Hurts can play with one leg, and he's not going to start over him.
Oof. Gosh, dang. I don't know. Why did you get him?
Right now, his career is looking more like... what's his name? The kid from Oregon. What was his name?
Mariota?
Yeah, that's right now. That's what his career is looking like. If he doesn't, if he gets another opportunity, which he will get another opportunity. Look at how many backups started last year.
A lot.
Probably a good amount. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why we're like, I think they said they started 19 backups. I think we're starting. Like,
I'll probably guess it was more than that.
Yeah. There was a time when it was like all backups. It was crazy. Yeah.
It was nuts for a while.
So to have Kenny Pickett as your backup is pretty good.
Yeah, I think he's a solid backup. Solid backup.
But he could easily get into the starting position. Look at what Baker did with his time. He's maximized it. Friday, the Bills star wideout posted on X that he's ready for whatever. Stephon Diggs. Do you think he gets moved?
I don't know what his salary and his money looks like.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for that. Do you think he gets moved?
No.
There we go. Wow. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So
he's too important to that team. He's their best weapon besides the tight end.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of
Gabe Davis left, which I know you don't think that's a lot, but he was a really good number 2. And
no, it is a lot. Absolutely.
His stats weren't that off. So yeah, you lose Gabe Davis. We talked about last week. The franchise is like holding on to this core team to push. And I mean, it doesn't work this year. That coach, I mean, I think he should have got fired last year. I would have went for Harbaugh with that team.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you can't waste it, and they did. So we'll see.
The Bills did sign Curtis Samuel. That's a pretty good pickup.
Who?
Curtis Samuel.
What is he? A wide receiver?
Yeah, wide receiver.
Out of where? Give us some backup. I mean, very little people know Curtis Samuel. You're talking to the people. You're like Curtis Samuel.
If we don't know who
he's playing with the Panthers, I believe.
Oh, geez.
Okay, and he's like a number 2 or something, a slot receiver. I don't know.
He's like a solid number 2.
I would.
Okay.
Solid number 2. Okay.
Yeah, who knows? Because he was on the Panthers, right? He might be at number 4.
Right?
Yeah, the Panthers right now is like a double-A league. It's like the D League or something.
That owner, he's something else, man. He's firing people mid-season. Nobody wants to take the job.
The Rams had a big signing. I don't know if you heard about this, but they got themselves a quarterback, which will probably play.
No, he's not going to be the quarterback. He's going to replace Aaron Donald. That's why he got busted for PEDs.
That's hilarious. Yeah, Jimmy G. Jimmy G is going to be playing as. What's his name?
He
is
might
out
get
of
the
there.
money, but let me tell you what's gonna happen. He's gonna throw a couple
Okay.
picks and then he's gonna get hurt. Mark my words. Fucking every game, every year.
Well, Stafford's going to be hurt, that's for sure. But
You
he's got
Jimmy
some.
G, who's fucking. He was the movie Glass. The Brittle Bones was based off him.
Oh.
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. If you're watching Jimmy G, no disrespect, but you just got to keep using those PEDs.
He's a handsome guy. He's richer than I'll ever be. But like, dude, they had multiple people who coming out of New England players who they were
Yeah.
like, we don't trust that guy. Like, he'd come in hurt.
Wow.
He say he couldn't throw, he couldn't practice because he was hurt, and he's like, there's guys showing up with taping up their arms and fucking shooting up turtle. And then this guy comes in, no injury, says he can't throw because his arms hurt. So if you're a quarterback, you're faking injuries and you get hit the least, and
Well then,
it's gonna
you
be
got to
tough.
you kind of got to give him some respect and props for popping the PEDs. He's trying to stay in the game, bro.
He's probably trying to get bad, bro.
It's like that helps him heal. He's got those glass bones, and he's like, guys, this is like like a trans exception. You got to let me use this stuff. You know what I mean?
PEDs
It's like
don't help you heal. He'd want EPO, not PEDs.
no PEDs help you heal. I believe LeBron James is on those too, isn't he?
That's what Kevin Garnett said, right?
Yeah, KG said it. But so the Rams, Aaron Donald leaving. Holy smokes! Do you think they're still contending? I don't think that's a huge thing. Aaron Donald was probably on the down end of his career. What are you laughing at?
I thought he'd get one more year.
Yeah. That wasn't that funny. What are you laughing at?
Your voice is
Do I look
so sexy. It's cute.
so feminine?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Why they call you Big D?
So-
Because you got double D's.
Andale Perez. Did you see my my name?
No, I did not. Is it Little Chico?
No. It's Baby Joker.
Okay.
That's me. That's me, player.
Never heard that before.
So the Steelers added a weapon. Did you hear about this? They got Van Jefferson.
Oh, that's a wide receiver, isn't he?
Yes, sir. Got another weapon for Mr.
Mr. Wilson.
Hobbit. Yeah, Mr. Wilson.
Hobbit.
Team 3. It's Team
Mr.
3.
Wilson. Team 3?
Yeah, that's the name of his whole crew and everybody who run all his publicity.
Wow.
Marketing.
Oh, is it? I didn't never heard of no Team 3.
In Seattle, they had their own office set up in the Seattle building.
What does that even mean?
And then when they asked the new coach last year, they said, "What are you gonna do with Team 3?" He's like, "Our room, coaching staff for players only." Period.
Oh,
Players and
interesting.
So yeah, he
Hey.
the fuck out.
You think he's going to get along well with the head coach?
Oh yeah, I think so. He's a players coach, so. And
Yeah,
he's
but Russell
tired
Wilson's not.
He's tired of Kenny Pickett and fucking Mason Rudolph. So he's like, finally, I get a fucking quarterback.
Well, that
Yeah,
and
but
Mike
Russell-
Tomlin, he doesn't really deal with the offense. He just deals with the defense.
So who's the offensive coordinator? Do you know?
It's the Atlanta guy. Who's the Atlanta head coach? Arthur Smith.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's the new OC.
Oh, interesting. I wonder if there's some kind of connection between him and Russ, because why else would they go for him so hard, right?
Because they got him.
Because
for
they're
$1 million.
desperate.
What do you mean? They got him for $1 million, and he's still
Oh,
a good
that's true.
quarterback, I bet. And you got rid of your fucking other quarterback. I mean, if they got rid of Pickett, they would have thrown a tantrum because he's the star young guy, and you have no one else. Now you get Russell Wilson for $1 million, and you can move on, and no one's complaining about it. Well, the fan base.
But you're telling me that no other team was going for Russ? You don't think?
I guess.
I mean, I'm just surprised that he went so quickly to the Steelers.
Well,
It
the
just
Raiders
seems kind of-
didn't want him. The Raiders didn't want him. And then
The
all the
Redskins?
other teams. The Redskins, they got this number 2 pick. They're drafting a quarterback.
Who do you think they're taking? You said what's his name? The
I think
LSU guy.
I think they probably draft the LSU guy. If I had to guess what they do, I'd say that.
Who?
Jaden Daniels.
The
No.
Redskins. The Redskins at number 2.
So. I hope so because they fucking suck in their dumb organization. I won't
Now, who
respect-
did they-
The only way I respect them is they change their name back to Redskins, and I'll even buy a jersey.
I respect that they got rid of Sam Howell real quick and let him move on, as opposed to what they're doing with Justin Fields. I don't know what they're doing with Justin Fields with the number 1 pick. Move him! If you're watching,
Sam Howell,
gosh dang.
he's a journeyman backup. Of course they could get rid of him easy. He's not a franchise.
He ain't no journeyman cat backup, dude. You saw what he was doing at the beginning of the year? Sam Howell was lighting it up.
Before the year started, you're like, who? This idiot. Don't tell me.
Yeah, I did say that, and he proved me wrong. I don't care. I'll admit when I was wrong.
Singer, and he's like a poor man's Brett Favre, and you laughed at me. It's exactly what he did.
And I'll admit when I was wrong. Because don't judge me on my losers.
Tell me I'm a good talent battery. That's all I want to hear.
Don't judge me on my winners. Judge me on my losers because I have so few.
Okay.
Well, Sam Howell sucks, so you're right about that.
There you go.
No, I was wrong on that. I said I saw Sam Howell play last year, and he was leading the league in yards. He was beating out all these people with way more weapons, and he actually did something. They blew up the team, and he was still producing.
Down by 30 every half, so they had to throw the ball. You guys fucking garbage.
Yeah, when you throw the most attempts by far, you should have the most yards.
They're not running that ball.
I don't know. I think you guys missed it.
Anyways, what pick does Washington have? Because they traded all their fucking players.
Number two.
But they also traded to the Niners for what's the name, right? They traded 2 of their defensive ends.
Chase.
And the other guy, they had 2 good defensive ends. They traded 1 to Chicago, and Chicago paid them.
And by the way, Chase,
a second. I think they got a 2nd-round pick for the Chicago one, and then they got a 3rd round from the Niners.
So they got like 2 high top 10 picks. They got 2 seconds and 2 thirds, and they probably still got some picks from last year's for freaking Bryce. What's the name? Love. Bryce Young. Sorry, not Bryce Love. Hello?
Yeah. I can hear you. I don't know why the professor doesn't talk. I try to give him a chance to talk, and he don't talk. What about Chase Young? Where do you think he's going?
I have no idea. Let's see. Who needs a defensive player? I mean,
a defensive end that's young. Jadeveon Clowney's free too.
Yeah, but he's older.
I don't know who.
I know.
Room, but
he seems to do something every year. He's like the best old man that ever played defensive end. I don't know.
He was a number 1 pick and just never did crap. He was good, but not consistent.
Yeah.
He made money, that's for sure.
He played really well at the Seahawks, and then he played really well at the Ravens. So I was a big fan of him at those 2 places. But the beginning of this year, his career at the Texans was just a letdown.
You know I can see grabbing him? I don't know if they have cap room. I say the Eagles, because they love stacking that defensive line, and it helps their whole secondary.
Bro, you got to be scared if you're the Eagles doing anything. They're just like, who are we? They're stuck in their mind. They're like Ben Simmons right now. The Eagles are Ben Simmons, and they can make or break them.
Yeah. Well, they lost their DC and OC last year, and then this year they fired the OC and DC again. So it's going to be another whole new coaching staff again.
Holy smokes. What do you think?
They got a good coaching staff. They probably upgraded the coaching staff this year, though. They got the Dolphins DC. What's his name? Fangio. And then they got he's good. He's a good DC if he's just a DC.
Fucking players hated him, dude. They literally voted him out there, and that's why they fired him. That word gets around quick, bro. You know.
That's because in Miami they're too busy partying.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Vegas and Miami, it's like, what are you going to do? These young kids with millions of dollars? It's like, I don't even know how you focus.
You tell me the guys in Carolina, once they lose their first 6 out of their 7 games, they're not going to be like, fuck the season. Let's just party. And I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's the players. I mean, I don't know. You get that reputation. The players literally voted you out. That's going to be tough. And yeah, you've had a decent defenses, but.
Yeah, Carolina. I mean, I'd like to see Kyler Murray move to one of these towns like Miami or Vegas. Oh man, that would be if he's able to get out of his mind in Arizona. I don't know what you're doing, bro. You can't.
Well, that's not his problem. His problem isn't partying. It's wherever he gets good Wi-Fi connection.
Fucking you need to send him to China where they ban the number of websites you can visit.
Ooh, you know what? In freaking Texas, they just banned Cornhub.
In Texas, why? It's a great service.
Well, they just it's because they just
Who?
have too many
Where?
bad things on there.
You said where?
Texas.
Fucking Texas, not Texas like they used to be.
Yeah.
So they're banning guns and they're banning titties in Texas. What are we coming
They're
to this
not
world?
banning guns,
Their
but
gun
they
laws are just
should.
as worse, just as bad as California.
They need to get rid of all those guns, all that corn, all that. It's like let women have their freedom of choice. It's
With a
like their body, their
with a name
rights.
like with a name like Baby Joker. Okay.
Yeah, boom, 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 boom. Body blows, baby.
You know what? I
Body
take it
blows.
back. Now that I know you, my life, I say abortion should be an option.
Ooh. I don't think you can say that. I think you have to say smortion.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So,
But
mom
no,
held out
yeah.
multiple things in her life. One of them was pulling the trigger on you.
Well, you know what? It's their body. What? As a man, I don't have a
Shut up.
uterus. Who am I to say?
Well, you can't make a baby without my juice. So,
Anyways, so do you guys have any more football news? Because I wanted to move on to one more thing before we
move on.
go. Okay, so I wanted to. I was just hearing this thing about Bronny James because he might go into the draft. He might not go into the draft. He averaged like 4 points per game on the bench at USC. So what they're talking about is maybe the LeBron says, you know what, draft him or I'm leaving. Or they say also another team might draft Bronny James just to lure LeBron to come to their team. So that's an interesting take. What do you guys think?
I fucking hate LeBron. So
I know, but what is your take on this sport thing? You can't just check out. It's a sport thing.
Okay, his son fucking sucks. I mean, good.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, your dad's 42 now. He's not what he was anymore. So,
But a team will be dying. Will a team draft him just to get LeBron or just to sabotage the Lakers, or will they?
I could see Cleveland wasting a 3rd-round pick on him and being come back home. LeBron retire here, play with the core he got here. They got Spider-Man, right?
Interesting.
Spider-Man's a star. LeBron could take a limited role, which he never has.
I think it was Skip Bayless. He also said maybe that the agent. He goes behind the scenes and he'll say, like, to all the other teams, he'll be like, "Hey, don't pick Bronny James. He's meant for the Lakers. Don't touch him, or we're going to give you guys a hard time if you even mess with him." What do you think? You think that's a possibility? Because it is kind of like, there is a lot of politics involved in any sport. It's entertainment. So do you think that's a possibility?
Well, if his agent's telling me don't draft Bronny, I'd be like, good. I wasn't going to anyways. I'm not going to waste my pick on him.
Yeah, but they might use that psychological warfare where, okay, like the Pelicans are going to take Bronny James and sit him on the bench, or like give him a hard time or something like that, just to stick it to the other team. Because look at Kobe Bryant used to go up to other players and he'd be like, "Hey, how come they're not giving you any playing time? You got to hit that marker for your contract to get that extra million. That's weird." And then just like leave them with that mental. It's like the highest level. Look at Lonzo Ball when he came in, and what's his name? Patrick Beverly was going at him and pointing at LeVar Ball. It's like there's so much politics, and they're going to be like, it's very interesting to see how that might maneuver in the NBA. Do you think there's any reality to that?
No, I could see like a team drafted him to get LeBron, but not a team saying, "Hey, don't pick him because the Lakers want it." Because if the Lakers want Bronny, take him, and if you want to play him, go ahead, play him. Teams are just going to pick on him. He's not an NBA player. You want to play Bronny 20 minutes a game? All right, we'll go 5-on-4.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like because what's his name? Who's the agent for LeBron?
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul. He has a ton of players. So Skip Bayless was saying, like, you tell Rich Paul and you piss off Rich Paul, your team, and you try to pull some sabotage like that and take Bronny James, it could come back to you. They got too much power. Do you think agents have that much power?
In the NBA, probably.
How about the NFL?
No, in NFL they have no power.
Interesting. Yeah.
NBA,
NFL,
they're all little drama queens. All the players.
Yep.
They
They're
are.
all like star wide receivers. That's all there is.
I wouldn't be. What I was kind of when they were all saying this, I wouldn't be surprised if Bronny James got in and was like, and everybody like Chris Paul and all the players on the team's like, hey, good job, Bronny, good job, Bronny. Hey, I knew you since you were a kid, and this and that. I'm so happy you're here. And they have it like a club, and
Dude, I hope he gets in so he can see how fucking bad he sucks, and his dad can't carry him. Dude, I can't wait.
They might
hope
be
he
kissing
goes-
his butt,
I
bro.
hope he goes
I
to
would.
a big team like Boston where he's on television where you get to see how fucking much he sucks.
Those Boston fans would be harsh.
Yeah.
Those Boston fans. Jeez, those Philly fans. Oh my gosh. I hope he goes to Philly. Ooh, yeah, that would be hilarious. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if he goes to the draft or do you think he should go to the draft or stay in college?
Is there UFC?
Stay in
this
college.
weekend? There's a card this weekend, right? What is it?
It's
Isn't Rose Namajunas?
No.
no, it's a pretty garbage card. I think it's
Well, just go over the main event. Who's on the top two?
a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, I think Marcin Tybura or something like that.
Yeah, so I think is it the Tuivasa guy? Maybe I don't know.
I don't know neither.
That's the guy that drinks out of his shoe, right?
The shoeies. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's him.
But I always like that guy. That guy's entertaining. He's fun. But what do you guys think about? I mean, look up the card. Can you look up the card or no?
I'm doing it right now.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. It's Tuivasa versus Tabora.
Okay, yeah. Tuivasa should win that. Tabura's kind of a slow journeyman, a little bit of a punching bag, and he gets hit, and you don't want Tuivasa hitting you. He cracks.
No.
Who's the coach?
And then the co is Brian Battle versus Anjay Lusa.
Oh, jeez, this fucking car sucks.
And OSP is finally Kennedy Nezuch. I know that guy, Nezujuku, this big African guy.
Imagine the prelim card, Jesus. I mean, I'll still watch it because I have ESPN Plus.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Dana went all out
lackluster
last week,
card. Yeah, they went all out last week.
Any one of those fights could have been a better main event for this one.
Next week is the Rose card.
Is she done?
No. Who's she fighting?
Amanda Ribas.
She should fuck her up.
Is that a?
It's a fight night. It's like it's probably is a five round fight night.
Okay, but what's the odds? Does
For
it even
Rose?
say? Yeah, it might be far away.
250.
Rose is minus 180. Amanda is plus 150.
That's not bad.
Would you say that's a lock?
You never know with that, but she's just so fucking schizophrenic. It's all about her confidence. She's talented. She's probably the most talented fighter they've had, but just is she mentally there? Super fragile.
Yeah, sometimes it's like staring into like a deadpan. It's like you look into her eyes and there's like nothing there, and you're like, "Whoa, that's scary."
Well, that is she listens to her husband too much. That's another big problem.
That's a good woman. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what do you think?
That guy's
You don't
a weirdo.
That's why you say that.
He's like, no man should listen to his. No wife should listen to her man. It should be the.
You sounds like you with your body her right?
Well, I think that women are actually smarter. They actually have. There's an IQ test, and it shows that at the peak, the average woman is smarter than average man.
There's another thing called facts. And if you look at all the inventions in the world, most are done by
yeah, but most women are in college right now.
Good.
It's changing.
They're gonna be housewives in 10 years. So what's the point?
The future is female.
They won't even pay off that loan by the time they're housewives.
No. They're all gonna have credit card debt in about 20 years.
Yeah.
It's gonna be our homeless epidemic of women. Oh, geez. I hope not, because women are wonderful.
Look at all the good paying, dangerous, hard blue collar jobs.
We're gonna have women in 30 years. We're gonna have women doing all the steel work for construction sites. It's all gonna change.
I'll make sure to buy a wood building, not a steel building.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, women are multitaskers. They could do laundry. They could go to school. They can have it all. I really think that they can have it all because they have that mind mentality. They're sensitivity is higher on a different level.
They can't change the gender coming to men's sports because men do that and they dominate women's sports. Women can't do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't have a uterus, so I don't want to say because
That doesn't mean you
you
can't
know
be a woman. I could be a woman tomorrow.
I don't identify as a woman right now.
You should.
That
You
can
dominate.
change.
You dominate the WNBA.
I was at 24-hour fitness the other day, and I was
And
playing
there's no
against
girls
this.
there.
Well, if there was a girl, she would be on the court. I'm telling you, that's the way we play at the 24-hour fitness live. I'll give it my spot. I say you're on.
So you play at the one in the Castro, huh?
No, I don't know what that means, but if I'm on the court, you can.
Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low.
That's what you do when you go to 24?
No. What are you talking about? You're taking my words out of context. I don't like when you people do that.
You walk into
You
the
guys
gym
do
and
that
lights
all the
get dim?
time.
You walk into the gym and the doors closed and the lights dim and that song comes on?
Yeah, and then the crowd goes, and now your starting lineup for the 24-hour fitness, starting at point guard, 6'1".
6'1", who's that guy?
Well, that was me,
You're not.
Baby
You're
Joker.
You're 5'9".
You're playing with your wife's heels. That makes sense. You're at 6'1". Okay.
Well, I mean, sometimes I think we should walk in her shoes and see how it feels to be a
That
woman.
doesn't mean you wear her panties and high heels, okay?
I'm not saying that. You're taking my words out of.
It's not literal.
Well,
it's a metaphor.
You're taking my words out of context. What do you think about that,
Hello?
Chang?
It's doing it again.
Hold up, Mac.
Big Daddy.
Whoa, come on, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll end it on
For
that.
what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh?
I would never let him, even if I owned a man or a person, I would never have them call me Big Daddy. That's so demeaning.
He really messed up. Hey,
Big Daddy, can you help me?
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful what you say. Yeah.
Hello?
Me and Professor let you borrow money. You didn't call us Big Daddy. Jesus Christ.
Ah,
What did
right.
you do?
Yeah. Imagine what I did for him.
Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I gotta
Baby,
say.
lock the door and turn the lights down low.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then Big Daddy come in. Let's go, homie.
He is always at your house on the podcast. So.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, we'll see what kind of picks we have tomorrow. We'll hit them up with free agency. Maybe we'll have to come on today if some other thing happens. But until then,
when's the tennis going?
tennis is happening all the time, but it's starting up like mid. When should we do?
So these people can know that you're for real in tennis.
No, absolutely. But when should we do the mock draft? That's what I'm kind of interested in because I want to set that up early.
Well, the draft isn't until like another 5 weeks,
I
so
think the beginning of April.
So don't just point out facts. Give me an answer. When should we do the mock draft?
The beginning of April. I got
yeah, a
it.
couple weeks.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well,
at least when like most of these free agents are signed.
Well, my anniversary is like April 12th, so I gotta start figuring things out on April because I got a long time to prepare for that. You know, she expects lots of things, and I start planning April 1st. So
I'm taking your wife out to dinner tonight. So that's her wedding gift.
all right. Well, that's it. All right. Well, we're done. All right.
Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low.
All right, players.
Martini today.
I'll see you next time. On Get Your Angle Sports. Peace.
Peace.